Hi guys, and welcome back to the vlog. Well, today we're going to be talking about what it's like to be married to Beverly Merrill, because that's what her name was back then, aka the Beast. Not only are we going to be talking about what it was like me being married to her for 1 year and had dating her, and I was dating her for 2 years prior, 3 years total. But I'm going to get into a story that's really a horrible story. And the vlog is going to be what it's like being married to her and trying to start a family. It was 1989, and I can't count. I don't have enough fingers and toes how many times I caught her cheating and what a mess our life was, both of us, doing cocaine and living a really fast life. Me with the DEA at the time, and it was just like, it's all in this book. In fact, we're going to be talking about a chapter 17. I think it's page 265 for reference. So what it's like being married to her and trying to start a family, trying to have a baby. Serious stuff. I know now, I have a daughter, I know how serious it is. I know what joy a baby can bring. And I was looking for that then. But now I know what it's like. And so I'm gonna tell a story, and the story is gonna start off, I believe it was 89, it was towards the end of this marriage farce. It was a farce. Actually, I was married, I believe it was October 26, 1988, and it lasted to October 26, 1989, in Tobyhanna, Pennsylvania. That's where it ended. That's where the nightmare ended. So, she was doing everybody. I started to find out through strippers that I knew, she's doing this and she's doing that. And I went, oh, really? So then I put on my detective hat and I went out and I was going to find out. I was armed and had a pocket full of hundreds. Dangerous combination. Pocket full of hundreds and armed with a Smith & Wesson 9mm 469 semi-automatic double action handgun. That's what I was armed with. 13 rounds, 12 in a clip, 1 in the chamber, 13-round weapon. Google it. So I went to a strip club by the name of Shakers. It was located on Hoboken Road in Carlstadt, New Jersey. And I started my investigation. Didn't take me long to find out what I always suspected. And again, it's in the book. So part of this story is going to be in the book. The book was written in 1994, 1995, and then it was published in February of 1996. So the story is already in here. I'm not conjuring up any stories to make her look bad. She does that all by herself. She don't need no help from me. So I go into this strip club in the middle of the afternoon, and I start tipping this one stripper on the stage heavily. 20s. When she got done with her set, I said, come down, I want to buy you a drink. Now, my recollection of this story may be a little bit different than what's in the book. You know, I didn't study it. I know where it is. So don't forget, this happened, this was 1980, this over 30-something years. And I'm 67 years old now. So for all you people that are ready to, oh, but you said it happened in October and it happened in September. No. It's in the book. Read it. But I do remember exactly what happened. So the girl comes down, and Beverly at the time was using the stripper name, either Danielle or Angela. I don't know. She used both of them. So I can't remember which one it was. So whichever one it was, I asked the girl, I said, do you know Beverly? I mean, do you know Angela? And she goes, oh, yeah, the brunette. No, oh, yeah. I said, yeah, what can you tell me about her? Oh, she's a really good dancer and she makes a lot of money. And I said, is she married? Oh, no, she's not married. Meanwhile, I was the husband. Oh, no, she's not married? She goes, oh, no, she's not married. But she's got a real good-looking boyfriend. His name is Al. I said, oh, really? Funny, last I looked at my ID, it said Kevin, and I'm not her boyfriend, I'm her husband. So the look on this girl's face just dropped. And she goes, oh, I didn't. I said, that's okay. It's okay. Calm down. Here's another 20. Here's another 20. Calm down, sit down, I want to talk to you. And she goes, I says, listen, I want to know who he is. I want to know how I can get a hold of him. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not into all of that. And I says, listen. And I pulled out a stack of hundreds. I probably had 3,000 or 4,000. And I said, listen, you're going to tell me what I want to know. And if you don't, she will. Well, that one will. And I pointed to all the other strippers. And I started putting hundreds. And I started counting $100 bills on the bar. 100, 200, 300. And I said, these are all yours. All you got to do is tell me who the guy is and where I can get a hold of him. I want to talk to him. I'm not going to hurt him. 400, 500. There's going to come a time when I'm going to stop counting. I'm going to pick up the money, and then I'm going to tip that girl, bring her down here, and she's going to tell me what I want to know. Well, 500, 600, 700. And she snatches the money. His name is Al, and he's an actor, and he trains in the actor studio, and he's really good looking, and he works at Bennigan's in Saddlebrook. I said, oh, really? Took out my cell phone, 411 Bennigan's in Saddlebrook, called the number, and guess who answered? Al. Page 265, chapter 17. And I said, Al, how you doing? My name's Kevin. Silence. My name is Kevin Maher. You know, I'm the husband of the woman you've been having an affair with for a while. And he goes, oh. I said, listen, I'm going to come over. I want to talk to you. I'm not going to do anything stupid. Well, I'm coming over to meet you right now, and I don't want you to call her. Understand me? It's just going to be me and you, okay? At the restaurant. It was a restaurant type of bar, Bennigan's it was called. He goes, okay. Hang up the phone, and I shoot over there in my Porsche, and I came in hot. I came down the driveway into the parking lot, boom. And there Al was, and there was two other bouncer type guys. And as I'm walking towards them, I'm looking at all three of them. And I knew who Al was just by the look of terror on his face. Walked up to him, I said, you Al? And he goes, yeah. I said, well, come on, I'm gonna have a drink and we'll talk. So we started for the bar. I said, no, let's get this little booth over here. So it was a little booth out of the way. It was lunchtime. And so sat down in the booth. The waiter came over. He was looking at me with suspicious eyes, you know, and I just kept giving him a dirty look, like, stay the F away from me. Stay away from me, because I was really hot. I was really hot. Now, everybody don't forget that this is the time when Beverly and I were trying to conceive a child. And I guess when I was looking at this guy, he was a very good-looking guy, movie star-looking guy. He was like, real pretty boy. And that further pissed me off. So I had my 9mm in my waistband. We're on a small table. The 2 drinks came. I started drinking, which was not a good idea. Not Irish people don't do well with drinking, and pissed off. That's a bad recipe for disaster. So I set him down. I says, I understand that you've been banging my old lady. And I said, listen, and he said something like, I don't know what you're talking about. He lied to me. So I took my gun out and I stuck it under the table and I pressed it against his inner thigh. And the barrel of the weapon was aimed at his testicles. And I pushed it and he jumped. And I said, now take a look at what's under the table and don't do anything stupid. Meanwhile, these 2 big bouncer dudes are just like looking like, and he looks under and he started to shake. How did I know? The vibrations from his shaking actually transmitted through the barrel into the hand, into the handle of the weapon, and I could feel him shaking. And I said, okay, I'm going to ask you a few questions. Most of them I know the answer to. The second you lie to me, I'm going to blow your effing you-know-what off. And when I ask you these questions, I want you to, yes, no, or I want you to, don't be thinking about them. Shoot the answers out right away. And at this point, I really felt bad for poor Al. So I asked him 3 or 4 soft questions. And by that, I mean, the soft questions. You know what I mean. And then I went into the hard questions. How long has this been going? How long have you been having sex with my wife? And he started to say, I'm not interested in excuses. I want to know. And I pressed the barrel. I'm under their table and I'm pressing the barrel. And he told me like 5 months. I don't remember. It's probably in the book. I don't remember. We're talking about 89. I'm 67 years old. So give me a break, please. All you so-called fact checkers out there, give me a break. But I do know this. I do know what I said to him. And I said, okay. That's bang, number 1. I just went bang. That's number 1. The next one's going to be coming out of my gun. The next wrong answer, or the answer that I don't like, the next bang is going to come out of my weapon. So so he said, yes, it's been 5 months. I said, okay. And again, I just want you to answer the question right away. It's not hard. Were you having sex with her in our marital bed in my apartment? Yes. Okay, good, Al. Now we're getting someplace. Good, thank you. I'm not mad at you. I expect you to tell me the truth, man to man. Suppose you were in my position. Suppose you were in this position, you would want to know. I told him, I'm trying to have a baby with this daughter, with this beast. And I said, while you were having sex in my house, in my marital bed, did you use a condom? And I'm pushing the gun to him. No, right away. He said no. Now, I know he's not lying. And I think I may have asked him a couple other questions, but that's all I wanted to know. That while we were trying to have a baby, that beast was having unprotected sex with another man in my home and in my marital bed. So I said, okay, Al. I pulled the gun away. And at this time, I think the bouncer came over once and asked if he was okay. And he said yes. But the bouncers were mad dogging me. I put the gun away. I put down a $100 bill for the 2 drinks that we had. And I said, okay, I'm going to get up now. And I'm going to walk out the door. And you're going to stay seated here. And don't call the police. And you and I will be good. Do you understand? And I took the $80 or $90 worth of change, and I slid it over to him, and I said, hey, take that. You're not going to have no problems with me. You told me what I wanted to know. And now don't make any stupid moves now. Don't call no cops. And I'm leaving, right? I got up and I left. So I can remember one day when it was kind of cold, and I came home, the bed was made, and I used to always sleep on the right side of the bed. I pulled the blankets down, I got in the bed, and wow, the sheets were all warm. What the? Was he still in the house? Did they slip him out the back door? But anyway, I was devastated by this. I was too humiliated to ask advice. What do I do? So what did I do? Did I go to a psychiatrist? Nope. Did I go to a psychologist? Nope. This is going to sound insane, but I went to 3 different strolls, and prostitute strolls, they were called. One was on East 10th Street in Lower Manhattan. The other one was in Hunts Point in the Bronx. And the other one was in Queens Plaza in Long Island City. And I picked up prostitutes, but not for sex. And I picked up the type of prostitutes that were pimped owned, and mostly were on drugs. At that time, crack was a big epidemic in New York City and tri-state, probably all throughout the country. And these women were heroin addicts and so on. So they get in the car, we drive, I pull over, they ask me what I want, and I said, I just want to talk. I don't want any sex, I don't want you to touch me, I just want, and I said, listen, I married a girl that was once a working girl, AKA prostitute, escort, call, whatever you want to call them, prostitute. She knew what I was doing. And trying to change her life. And this is what she did. And I asked them, and I said, I want you to be honest with me. I'm never going to see you again once you leave. And I gave them $100 bill. I said, here's a $100 bill. And that was, back then, I think, for sex in a car, you could get it from anywhere from $20 to $40. So this was a $100 bill. And I asked them, would that be something you would do if you married a guy that saved your ass from jail, trying to start a new life? Would you have unprotected sex with somebody else at the same time you were trying to have a baby? And I must have picked up 10 women in 3 different boroughs. And they all said, hell no. One said there ain't enough heroin or crack in the world for me to do that. And there was this one girl, it was a black girl. She was beautiful. She was her name was Tracy. And I was telling the story, and she hugged me. She reached around, it wasn't a sexual hug, and she hugged me and said, you're a good man. You'll be okay, baby. She got out of the car and left. So, I don't know, and there was very few people that I've told this story to, but I think it's important now because my next vlog is going to be about her second marriage. So this was 1989. I think her daughter was born in 1995, somewhere around there. And so I'm going to end this vlog right now because I'm kind of like, I kind of feel like an idiot. How can, and for all of you that never read my book or don't know me, I was a pretty tough guy. And I mean with my fist, with my, I never really had a woman break my heart, except my first wife. All my other girlfriends, when the relationship ended, I walked away, and I never was really one of those guys that got hung up on women. I just never was. But I certainly did on this one, because she is just the worst of the worst. And I think this story needs to go out so that other men that she may be dating now or will date in the future have to know what kind of woman she is. So now I'm going to ask you guys to do me a big favor. I have been hearing, yeah, sounds like crickets to me. I'm just wondering why my channel's been out for 4 months and there's like 16,000 people that viewed these vlogs concerning her. And yet, not a peep out of her. So all you guys, I want you to go on her Twitter account. I want you to go on her Facebook. I want you to go to all these places that you can communicate with that woman and ask her why she hasn't said anything about what I'm talking about. If what I'm saying in all my vlogs about her is a lie, then she's got a public figure or not, she has a great case for slander and defamation. Well, I'm waiting for it. And I don't think it's ever going to come, because she knows every word that I've said about her is the gospel truth. My first vlog, I think I put my hand on my family Bible and I swore to God that everything was true. And don't forget, this story is in this book with Al. So my next vlog is going to be one that is going to be a very difficult one to do, because I'm not trying to hurt anybody, but I'm going to think about it a little bit more. But all you guys out there, if you could please subscribe, because don't forget, every time you subscribe, every time you push the thumbs up button, or I still don't know what the bell means, but ring the bell, push the button, or whatever you got to do. She's seeing this. Trust me, she's watching every one of these vlogs. So, anyway, I hope I didn't bore you guys with that story, but I thought it was interesting, and I thought it was a story that needed to be told. And I'm going to say goodbye for now, and peace out, and God bless you guys.